The story opens with joy and pain tangled together. Maria is in labor, screaming in agony. But soon, the cries of a newborn pierce the air. Cayetano, a healthy baby boy, is born. Maria and Jesus, a couple who should be basking in the light of new parenthood, are instead barely holding things together. Cracks in their relationship surface quickly. Weeks later, in a furniture store, an argument explodes between them. Jesus insists on buying a luxurious, overpriced coffee table. Maria disagrees. It's impractical, a waste of money. But Jesus, in a quiet act of defiance and ego, buys it anyway. Not for the family, not for function, but to prove a point. Dragging the bulky table home, Jesus is met by their flirtatious neighbor, Ruth, whose interest in him borders on obsession. Ignoring the uncomfortable encounter, Jesus begins assembling the table, only to discover a crucial screw is missing. Frustration boils over. Maria steps out to run errands, leaving Cayetano alone with Jesus. That's when the nightmare begins. The baby begins to cry uncontrollably. Flustered, Jesus tries to soothe him, bottle in one hand, stress in the other. He trips. Time slows. He crashes straight into the table. Glass shatters. Blood follows. Silence. Cayetano lies motionless. A jagged shard of glass had done the unimaginable. Panicked and trembling, Jesus is frozen by what he's done. He wraps his bleeding hand and begins cleaning the blood. He hides the evidence, the broken glass, the lifeless body, before Maria returns. When she calls, he ignores her. His lies begin with silence. Desperate for cleaning supplies, he rushes to Ruth, who eagerly offers help, unaware of the horror. A salesman arrives with the missing screw, but Jesus slams the door in his face, unraveling further. Blood, shards, the baby's head. Nothing feels real anymore. Maria returns home. Jesus, barely holding it together, tells her Cayetano is asleep. He blames the mess on his hand injury. Maria grumbles, but buys the lie. She starts cooking while Jesus battles the growing weight of guilt and fear. The room is silent, yet screaming inside him. He distracts Maria with talk, love, apologies, anything to stop her from checking on the baby. She softens, touched by his vulnerability, thinking perhaps he's finally opening up. But then, the baby monitor crackles. She hears something. Alarmed, she moves toward the nursery. Jesus bolts in first. Blood is leaking from the crib. He hides the truth again, masks his face with fake calm. But he is breaking, piece by piece. Glass of wine in hand, he begins hallucinating. Cayetano's cries echo through the apartment. Then, the doorbell rings. Carlos, Jesus' friend, arrives with his pregnant girlfriend, Cristina. They sit for dinner. Maria smiles, laughs, talks lovingly about their baby. Every word is a dagger to Jesus' heart. When Carlos shares his own baby news, Jesus lashes out in rage, accusing Carlos of ruining Cristina's Lee. Jesus storms off. In the bathroom, he records a video, his final confession. He tells Maria the truth, begs for forgiveness, and says goodbye. Before he can act, Carlos interrupts, worried. He forces his way into the nursery. The horror stuns him into silence. A lifeless, headless baby lies hidden. Carlos begs Jesus to face reality, to tell Maria. They don't have much time. A knock. Ruth again. She pushes her way in, demanding to speak to Jesus. Maria intervenes. Then Ruth drops a bomb. She claims Jesus kissed her. Maria is stunned. As the argument intensifies, Ruth's dog barks at the armchair, where the baby's head is hidden. Carlos tries to stop Maria from looking, but it's too late. She finds it. Maria lets out a scream so raw, it shakes the walls. The truth slices through her. Numb, hollow, she walks toward the balcony, the baby's head cradled in her hands. Jesus pleads, Carlos cries, but Maria doesn't stop. She climbs up and jumps. Everything falls apart. Police arrive. Ruth breaks down. Christina stands in shock. Carlos mutters the only words left. The coffee table. The film ends not in the living world, but in a haunting vision of the afterlife. Maria and Jesus reunited, holding their baby together in peace. Near them lies the coffee table, the silent witness to a tragedy no one can ever forget.